most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And welcome back on a Wednesday night right here, trackside with the Turn 3 Racing Network, back in action one more time. Happy hump day. It's the A.S.M.R. Hauck Designs Arca Series, 115 laps around this tricky, tough track, Darlington Raceway, opening up round number 3 here in the Arca series. Qualifying already behind us, drivers ready to roll. So what do you say we get set to go? Starting inside row number 1, walking away with your PremierRacingSetup.com pole award behind the wheel of that number 4 machine, Daniel Jensen. Nick Burlow just to his outside, newcomer rookie in the field, Brendan Dennis. Got a lineup inside row number 2 with Wesley Johnson just to his outside. Carlos Ramos and Alex Wiggins make up row number 3. Row number 4 here tonight from Darlington, and Nicholas Wing and Randall Beasley. Jake Doffing race win in opening night at Daytona. Going to start in 9th with Dalton Chile to his outside. Zach Miller, Brian Tarnowski back in row number 6 and in row number 7 tonight. Finishing out the field, the 404 of Dave Gage and Cody Schultz. That's going to do it for your starting lineup. We're going to get ready to roll off of 4 for the first time tonight. And on the gas and green flag flies for the first time here from Darlington. Lap 1 in the books and lap lead in the bag for Daniel Jensen, your pole sitter. He's going to lead the field back into 1 and 2 single file for the majority of the field. Sun setting in the background coming off of turn number 2. We'll wonder if that's going to mess with anybody. Getting into turn 3, we're going to look at that a little bit later on here tonight as we continue to watch that Coors Banquet. Number 4, lead the field to take 5. Card Quest 01 of Nicholas Burlow, hot on the trail, still sitting in second. Not a lot of movers, not a lot of shakers, still very early here tonight. Looking at twinsies here, reciprocals if you're good at math. If you paid attention, you know what we mean. The 95 and the 59 running nose to tail. Brendan Dennis and Wesley Johnson sit third and fourth. How about this man right here? No, let's get the camera back to him. We got to get the camera back to him. Missing in action for a minute, not literally. Let's get that straight right out the board. The man behind the wheel of that number 5 machine, the Marlboro man, Lieutenant Carlos Ramos, back in the field with us. So shout out and salute to you, Carlos. Glad to see you back out here on the racetrack with us, having fun on a Wednesday night. Gonna jump around just a little bit here now. Let's take a little look at that timing and scoring. Drop it over there to the left-hand side of your screen. There you see Dave Gage dropping 1 position from 13th to 14th. Not a far fall, but a fall nonetheless. Not a lot of movers and shakers. Cody Schultz, biggest mover in the field, only up 2 positions from 14th to 12th. Taking a look now as the 85 of Dalton Shalid looks to the inside of Zach Miller. He's going to take that position away. 63 of Randall Peasley, all over the 13 of Jake Doffing. See if we can't get some different looks and some different views from into the corner. And holy Jesus, how did the 13 of Doffing save that? Oh my gosh. I don't know if the Zen pouches are going to work. You might need a full-blown cigarette after that. Holy Jesus, that was close. Texaco Javelin, number 28 of Brian Tarnowski, seen it all unfold right before his eyes, almost becoming a victim. Big time moment early here at Darlington. Peasley into the back of Doffing, able to save it, not sure how, but they're going to keep it out of the outside wall and keep it headed in the right direction. Let's jump a little bit further up through the field. What do you say we jump up here with Alex Wiggins now on board? With the this is we're gonna jump on board, and you know what? It was on screen. We're gonna talk about it for a second, real quick. It's early in the night, man. That sun is a little bright, beautiful night to be racing here from Darlington Raceway in the Southern Charm 115. Brought to you by the American Sim Motor Racing, Hauck Designs, Arca Menard Series. All right, we're going to jump back outside of the car. There you can see that number, fourth place runner, Alex Wiggins, with a Charlie Kirk tribute scheme on the car. We're not going to shy away from showing it. We're going to say this about the whole situation and lay it to bed. Whether you like the guy or not, whether you agreed with him or not, my point of view, and this is a no reflection, a point of view of the staff or anybody here at Turn 3. It's my personal opinion on it. I don't think anybody deserves to die over their thoughts and beliefs, whether they aligned with yours or they do not. Conversations need to be had, and unfortunately, somebody just did not agree with that point of view, and we had a sad, tragic moment with Charlie Kirk being taken from us early, and I don't want to keep going on that. So, a shout out to you as well, Alex, for being bold enough to run that, brave enough to run that. Salute to you as well. Back to the racing action. Let's go up here. We had a pass for the race lead. Your pole sitter now sitting in third. Nick Burlow, Wesley Johnson, both able to get up and around that four. Open it up to about a 3 to 4 car length advantage as they work their way off of turn 4 back across the stripe this time. Lap number 14 going to go on the board. Small slight battles throughout this field. 3-4 car battle raging on back outside of the top 5. Let's go back, check this battle out, working their way through 1 and 2. Ramos just off in front of these gentlemen. Cody Schultz, Nicholas Wing, Dalton Shalee, all right there running, trying to chase down Ramos sitting in 6th. Rookie debut night here tonight behind the wheel of that 95 machine, part of that Renegade Racing stable. Great debut so far. Started from 3rd, dropped 2 spots in these opening 15 laps, sitting 5th. We'll see if the rookie can reel in the rest of your top 5. I'm gonna jump a little bit around the track now. Let's see what we got going on here. Closing in the rear. Just hanging out in the back. 63 of Beasley. Dave Gage just a half a second back. Long night here tonight. Gotta wonder if any of these drivers in the back, veteran, right here behind the wheel of this 404. Wonder if Gage may be playing a tire and fuel strategy here. Maybe trying to stretch it a little bit further than his fellow competitors. We'll see if that strategy pans out and works out for him. Another pass for the race lead. We are gonna stay right here because it has gotten hot and heavy rather quickly at the front. 4 cars gonna battle for that top spot off of 4. Back across the stripe this time around. Wesley Johnson, new race leader. Daniel Jensen with a huge run at a 2. Going to close in on that 01. Look to the bottom in 3 and 4. Not going to be able to make the move. Now going to have to worry about the 11 of Alex Wiggins coming up to take the spot. Track narrows up almost. Almost a moment where there could have been contact. Both drivers going to navigate their way through it. Great run here. Side by side through 1 and 2. Just enough room. Oof. And I'll tell you what, that allowed that 95 to close right in. Right in. But what this battle with Nicholas Burlow, Daniel Jensen, Alex Wiggins is doing, it's also allowing that 59 of Wesley Johnson to stretch his legs just a little bit. And yeah, we hear you out there. We got a little bit of a glitch going on, so let's see if we can get some of those things fixed up for you and keep it copacetic. Three weeks into this short 12-week season. Two different race winners. Will we see a third fresh face to victory lane, or will we have our first repeat winner of the season? It's going to be quick. We're going to find out, I would say, in the course of the next 45 minutes or so. These drivers absolutely laying down some lightning quick times, over 20 laps in, still green flag running right here from Darlington. Biggest race lead of the night belongs to Johnson out front, able to snatch that race lead just about 6 to 7 laps ago, leaving a 4-car battle to rage. And somehow Alex Wiggins has worked his way from 5th, 6th on the racetrack all the way now to 2nd, able to work around not just Brandon Dennis, Nick Burlow, but also able to work his way around your pollster Daniel Jensen, who now sits in 3rd. Wiggins and Jensen able to step away and separate themselves from Burlow and Dennis, who are going to battle for 4th and 5th. About a second back, number 5 of Carlos Ramos sitting pretty much by himself. Cody Schultz slowly starting to reel him in. Nicholas Wing back in the 8th position. Dalton Chalise sitting in 9th with Zach Miller, rounding out your top 10 live right here from Darlington. "25 laps into tonight's race, and the sun will no longer be a problem for these drivers coming out of 2 and heading down into turn number 3. Sun setting off in the background, and what a beautiful, beautiful sight to see a sunset while you're at the racetrack. If you haven't had the opportunity, I suggest you do it. Nothing like it, I tell you what. Back at it at the front of the field. We're going to watch this battle unfold for a moment. Jake Doffing. Jake from State Farm. That's it. Jake, you're from State Farm from now on. Get some khakis, bro. I said what I said. It is what it is. Moving on. Moving on up through the field. Regaining one of the positions lost early here tonight. 13 Machine. Back in. Inside of the top 10. We're going to jump back to a battle inside your top 5. Let's go back right here. As Nick Burlow continues to battle with Brandon Dennis. 4th and 5th on the racetrack. Almost 30 laps into tonight's race. Green flag pit stops looming. In the next 10 to 15 laps, we should see drivers begin to make their way onto pit lane. Looking at tire fall off right now, we're only seeing just about a second worth of tire fall off, so that's not a lot. That's not terrible right there either. But wonder if that's going to come into play if some of these crew chiefs and drivers may begin to start thinking about strategy. But still a very long way to go just about 85 laps to be exact remaining here tonight. And the 95 has a bit of a problem. Brandon Dennis going to get loose, give up a position. Carlos Ramos going to sweep up that 5th spot. Now look to try to reel in that Take 5 CarQuest machine of Nick Burlow sitting in 4th. Dalton Schlee here in the 85, he's got himself a bit of a battle. Schlee with the battle with Nicholas Wing for the time being. Wing is going to prevail in that fight. We'll see if the Milwaukee sponsored number 85 machine can pick back up that position. Front of the field, it's closed in. Pole sitter Daniel Jensen reels in Wesley Johnson from over a second back. Here comes that 4. Just hunting the front once again, and the one thing we've been able to say so far here this season, there has been no lack of excitement, no drought of hard-nosed racing action lap after lap. Very few cautions. I believe we've had 2 cautions on the season so far here. Opened up week number 1 at Daytona with essentially 1 caution. An amazing, phenomenal night down there in Daytona. Charlotte Motor Speedway hosting last week's race. Absolute love going to Charlotte. Another beautiful track right here, close to the heart, close to the home. Darlington Raceway always produces some great racing. We've got some great racing action in front of us on screen. Daniel Jensen gonna reclaim that top spot here on lap number 35. Your pole sitter goes back to the point. And fall from grace, Brandon Dennis. Electrical problems have brought the 95 behind the wall. The rookie will have a debut mired, destroyed, taken away from electrical problems and issues. Nothing he could do about it. Unfortunately, the 95 going to close out tonight's Southern Charm 115 back in the 14th position. We've still got 13 drivers out there on the track and 13 drivers still remaining on the lead lap. Lap number 37 on the board. They are stretching this thing long. Side-by-side battle between Carlos Ramos and Alex Wiggins. Carlos shot out of a cannon there at a turn number 4. He's going to take that 3rd position away from Alex Wiggins. Battle no more as Ramos reemerges and is in a podium position. And we may have green flag pit stops underway. There's Wesley Johnson heading to pit road. I believe Nick Burlow going to follow suit. Yes, the Take 5 CarQuest sponsored Ford. The only Ford in the field heads to pit road. Gaps through the field. Let's go here. One of our closest battles on track. Randall Peasley begins to close in on Brian Ternowski in that Texaco Abilene number 28 machine. The American Legion number 60. Oh my gosh. 63. Look like He's going to easily blow by that 28 of Brian Tarnowski, who looked like he wanted to come to pit road. Maybe have missed his marks. Big moment there for all of those drivers. Dave Gage going to stay out on the racetrack. He's yet to hit pit road. Top 7 still looking for pit lane. Just our 4th different race leader of the night, Carlos Ramos, going to take charge at the front for a brief moment. Get it credited with a lap lead. He's going to bring the 5 to pit road this time around. Dalton Chalet in the 85. What does he do this time around? Chalet's going to stay out on the racetrack. He's going to get a lap lead here tonight. Gonna leave 5 drivers yet to hit pit road. Chalet, Tarnowski, Peasley, Miller, and Gage yet to hit pit lane. Very tight battle back here with drivers that have coming off of pit road, getting back up to speed. There you can see close battle between Burlow and Cody Schultz. And for whatever reason, Cody Schultz showing up a little off on our, I believe that's... Yeah, anyways. Schley slowing, coming to pit lane this time around. He'll give up that race lead. Randall Peasley right here remaining out on the racetrack. Becomes our 6th different race leader. Quickly, these numbers begin to climb on drivers leading a lap here tonight from Darlington Raceway. Full fuel run, clean and green here tonight. Race leader gonna peel off of the track. Brian Tarnowski gonna claim the top spot. The Goro Racing Incorporated Texaco Havoline machine gonna cross the stripe. Lap officially led in the back pocket of Tarnowski. Back into 1. Zach Miller in the 38. Yet to hit pit lane as well. Miller's sitting in that 2nd position. And there's Tarnowski. Tarnowski to head to pit road this time around. Lap number 45 on the board. These drivers are going to try to stretch it all the way out to around 90 laps. Maybe just a 1 can stop. If we make it that far. Clean and green back into the corner. It was in pouch sponsor number 38. Toyota. We've got a Toyota in the field here tonight. That's, yeah, the Toyota Camry gonna run out of fuel. Zach Miller out of fuel. Zach Miller out of fuel. 46 laps into this run, and that may have been just a little bit too much. We're going to transition right back here with your Premier Racing Setup.com Pole Award winner Daniel Jensen. Get across the stripe back in that top spot now with a huge advantage over a 3-second advantage. As everybody's going to get back up to speed, rejoin the track safely. Field gonna stack themselves out just a little bit. Looks like Peasley had a little bit of trouble in the box. 24.9 seconds stationary in that pit box. 85 of Dalton Chalet popped by the pit road police. Long stop for Chalet. Let's get to some battles. We got about three drivers all over each other right here. Nick Burlow, Alex Wiggins, and I believe that's going to be Cody Schultz. Yes, it is Cody Schultz. All going to be tied up right here, running third, fourth, fifth on the racetrack. Better watch out because Ramos isn't far off behind, sitting in sixth with much fresher tires. We'll see if Wiggins can make those 2 lap fresher tires work. Let's see, reels in. Burlow just off in the distance. Just off out in front of him. Around the corner from halfway to go here tonight. We're going to get rid of the timing and scoring. We're going to get a little closer to the track. What do you say? We give you some sights and sounds right here from Darlington. Riding on board now with the man back on the scene, Navy officer. Lieutenant Carlos Ramos sitting in that 6th position, but he's got a handful of spots just off in front of him. We'll see if he can reach out and grab him. Walk away with the podium. How about that? We'll see if he can't somehow himself on the podium in his return race, man. That would, how great would that feel? It's been a while, been about a year since we've seen Ramos out there on the track. Tight battle between Wiggins and Burlow. .55 on the board. We'll drop the timing and scoring once again to the left-hand side of your screen. As we continue to watch your biggest battle on the racetrack right here. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th on the racetrack. You also got to ask yourself, how much is the track changing here tonight? We started just before sun went down. Drivers have been laying down some rubber in happy hour qualifying. Now racing, track rubbered up, cooling off, sun going down. How's the car reacting to the change in the track? How many of these drivers are having to change a little bit of their styles as this track continues to cool? We're going to continue to watch that scenario unfold. Bit early in the season to worry about points, although the eye on the prize has already started here in season number 12. Just a 12-week season. It's a run straight through. There are no championship races. There are no, chase races. There are no playoffs. It's old school style. Run what you brung. week in, week out. A little bit of a tap of the outside wall for the Marlboro man. Ramos gonna get his Darlington stripe here tonight. Do any of the crew chiefs, we know we can run about 40 laps safely. Do any of the crew chiefs work this thing backwards? Maybe run a short second stint here. Try to catch the field sleeping a little bit. Get a massive undercut. It's something to think about. It's something to watch. That fuel window would open up in just about 15 laps. So lap 75. It would be lap, what would that be? That would be lap 65. It would open up. Right? No. You know what? We're going to stop trying to math because the math ain't mathin'. Anyways. We are seeing more and more drivers struggle with that rear grip coming out of turn number 2. We've seen a few touches of the outside wall at a handful of these drivers here. Going to try to jump around a little bit to some action if we can. Checked in on your race leader just ever so briefly. Daniel Jensen still enjoying over a 3.5 second advantage over this field. Wesley Johnson sitting in second has himself a 4 second advantage over Alex Wiggins, who's managing to keep Burlow and Ramos at bay for the moment. Cody Schultz sitting in 6th. Nicholas Wing, Jake Doffing in 8th with Brian Ternowski in 9th. Ternowski, first driver, listed 1 lap down. Should we see a caution here tonight? So far, clean and green all night long here from Darlington Raceway. Guys, do we got the drone cam? Let's go up to the drone cam here. Follow a handful of these drivers around. We have a trail drone, is what I like to call it, right here, following around Cody Schultz for the moment. Got to keep our eyes on the cold breeze, make sure those mountains are blue. Nicholas Burlow also with the tag team made here tonight, high above the track, trying to keep an eye on the single. Ford in the field, looking to the inside goes Carlos Ramos, gonna make it stick. Slide job through the center of 3 and 4. No look at a crossover from Burlow. We continue across the stripe. Ramos moves to 4th. So what do you do here if you're a previous race winner behind the wheel of this number 13 Tide Machine? A little bit of a lackluster of a start for this 13. Qualified in the 9th position, dropped a couple of spots at the start of the race with a little bit of a scuffle. Has been able to turn things around and gain all of those positions back plus 1. Still a long night ahead of him and still a long way to go. We'll see if Doffing somehow make his way up through this field. Not a lot of action. All the battles have pretty much begun to dissipate. Only real one out there on the track. Well, maybe I shouldn't say only real one, because I mean, there's slight battles going on between Nicholas Wing and Jake Doffing. A little bit of a battle between, I believe that's going to be Carlos Ramos and Nick Burlow, starting to catch in with each other. Some lap traffic mixed in. And there's that little bit of a kerfuffle going on right here. Some lap traffic involved with the number 12 of Cody Schultz. Running with the 5 on the side, but we won't fault him for that. And what we thought this man may be doing is not what is being done. Unfortunately, here tonight, just off the pace a little bit. Just the ride just isn't right for that 404 of Dave Gage. The Cookie Monster going to be kept out of victory lane. Do not pass go. There ain't no $200 and tough break here tonight for the Voodoo Ranger Cookie Monster man, Dave Gage. Outside of the top 10, sitting 2 laps down, but with just about 45 laps remaining. There's still a lot left on the table. Green flag pit stops. From here on out, windows wide open. Who's ready to pull the trigger, and when do we go? Gonna take a jump back up at the front of the field with your race leader still enjoying over a 3-second advantage. And you gotta like the pace right now. Last time by 29.67 for your race leader, 29.80 for Wesley Johnson sitting in second, 29.88 for the driver running in third. So still about 0.2 of a second faster. Daniel Jensen definitely has some time he can give up. He can really control the pace, or he can continue to push it here and try to build as big of a gap and run this thing dry, come in for less fuel, fresh tires, less fuel, and with more of a gap to burn. I don't know, if I'm Alex Wiggins sitting in third, Wiggins, Ramos, Burlow, around that area, I may be looking at jumping to pit road before my before my competition, trying to really maximize. Oh my gosh, 24 into the outside wall, hard impact into the outside wall. He's got more than a Darlington stripe. Jake Duffy, hard impact into the outside wall after throwing it down into 3 and 4. It was a slide job that didn't stop sliding. He would have been off in Horry County if that outside wall wasn't there. If you know, you know. I'm not going to get into geography with you. Well, we spoke about it enough. Eventually, it was going to show its head. Cody Schultz, Nicholas Wing, both drivers going to visit pit road for what should be their final stops of the night. Giving up a lot of ground here. Oh my gosh, big impact again. Gave up about 1.5 seconds here. Daniel Jensen continues to stay out on the racetrack, stretching it out here, but giving up a bit of time. Oh my gosh. Big hard impact into the outside wall. Big impact. I don't know how these drivers continue to pancake it here, but we're not at a breakfast establishment, man. I'm telling you, it's going to come back to haunt these guys. Absolutely. Oof. Nick Burlow to pit road for his second stop of the night. Nicholas Wing, Cody Schultz going to complete their stops. Cody with a lengthy stay after being popped, coming to pit road. The pit road police out in force. Doffing also going to visit pit lane. Daniel Jensen stays out on the racetrack. Lap number 80 going to go on the board next time by. Jensen's going to pull it to pit road. Wesley Johnson was able to close in. Oh, and he missed it. Daniel Jensen missed pit road. Oh, my. Tricky entrance to pit road. We haven't mentioned that all night long. It can definitely catch you out. And oh, my. That could have just cost that this race win, blowing the entry to pit road. Oh my. You better get a louder GPS, man. Gotta take that hard left-hand turn. There it is. Gets it down to pit road this time around. Oh man. That very well may hand the race lead right over to Wesley Johnson. Carlos Ramos on to pit road. Brian Tarnowski going to claim the top spot. Should he stay out on the racetrack? One of the drivers that ran it the longest in that opening stint. He holds true to the strategy. Still got about 8 laps before we'll see this 28 to pit road. Randall Peasley gonna pick up second. What's really important here, though, Wesley Johnson not losing a lap. Wesley Johnson still remains on the lead lap. There you can see one of the two twinsies back in the background. The 59 has been able to leapfrog Daniel Jensen, and he does it in astonishing fashion. Man. Oh, man. Question now really is, can that Coors Banquet number 4 finish in a podium position? He very well may have just tossed the race win completely out of the corner. We're not going to beat a dead horse with it. Mistakes happen, mistakes are made. We'll see what the driver does to try to overcome that. But for the moment, going to be in a battle with the 11 of Alex Wiggins. 4th and 5th for the moment, with your top 2 still yet to hit pit road. Brian Tarnowski leads here once again tonight with Randall Peasley one behind. And it looks like Peasley may be heading to pit road here. Now Tarnowski and Peasley going to move to the side for Johnson. Knew it was coming. Fresh tires, full of fuel. No need to fight it. And Tarnowski get a fall to second. Peasley back to third. Jensen and Wiggins. No longer a real battle. Jensen to get a step away from that 11. Proving why. I don't know why I was saying wow. Proving why you have to stay dialed in. Why you have to stay locked in. Lap after lap. Stop after stop. One minor mistake here tonight has cost the 4 of Daniel Jensen a race win. We can't say that for sure because still a long way to go here tonight. Still over 30 plus laps, but again, missing that entry to pit road. You're talking about going from, 170, 160 to 170 miles an hour down to right around 50, 60 miles an hour, trying to make it onto pit road to blow that pit road entry, then have to regain that speed back down pit road again to give up more time. Just The problem compounds itself, and unfortunately for Daniel Jensen, it is going to cost him dearly here tonight. Able to get by the 28, Jensen moves to third. Peasley yet to hit pit road, still sitting in second as he remains out there on the racetrack. Wiggins going to do away with Tarnowski as well. Not a lot of battles here as we have been clean and green all night long. 88 laps in, 89 go on the board. And Daniel Jensen gonna fight for a moment for that second spot. Gonna easily have it with the much fresher tires. And this is gonna turn into what it could have been. Because what it was a pretty dominating performance. Jensen gave up the race lead after about 4 to 5 laps, gave it up for about 30 laps, reclaimed that top spot. After the round of green flag pit stops, reclaimed the spot again, never looked back, has absolutely controlled this race, but a mistake on the final stop has cost him over 6.5 seconds. From a 3-second lead down to a 2.5, entering pit road, down to about 6 seconds. 25 to go. Can it be done? Mathematically, it's possible, but will he be able to still have enough should he get there? I want to give a shout out to that 28er Tarnowski as well as the 63 American Legion sponsored Chevy of Randall Peasley. Both of these drivers and crew chiefs, they rolled the dice thinking we were going to get a late race caution. They ran it as far as they could. Unfortunately, they did not have the help from a caution, and both will pit late. In tonight's race, Tarnowski just coming to pit road, Peasley finishing up his stop and back out on the racetrack. He's going to be listed multiple laps down back in that 10th position. Ready to go here from Darlington Raceway. You're watching the A.S.M.R. Hauck Designs Arca series. It's the Southern Charm 115 right here from Darlington Raceway. Wesley Johnson inheriting a massive race lead after a bit of a blunder by the man on screen here, PremierRacingSetup.com. Pole Award winner Daniel Jensen gonna stumble. We'll see if he can't reclaim some ground towards the end. Let's jump back to one of your only battles for position, though. Let's go here with Carlos Ramos and Nicholas Burlow running 4th and 5th on the racetrack for the moment. Burlow started to reel Ramos in, but now faltering just a little bit. battle for track position, but not a battle for position on the leaderboard. Alex Wiggins kind of stuck right here, meet in the middle of a back marker sandwich. Gonna give that 24 a little bit of a hit. Oh, they're gonna have a bit of contact here. The discussion on real estate heading into the corner. And the 24 gonna let him know he wasn't appreciated. Didn't appreciate. A little bit of contact there between Alex Wiggins and Nicholas Swing. Will stay green flag here. Not quite sure how Wiggins kept that thing straight. Somehow was able to. Contact with that outside wall yet again for the 59. Even more contact here. We've seen a lot of these drivers have big hits with the outside wall. We've seen a handful of these drivers have had tiny taps, as we would call some of them tiny little taps. You know, just a nice little touch of that outside wall. Make sure it's still a safer barrier. No harm, no foul, no crinkle on the sheet metal. We'll continue around the racetrack here. I tell you what, though, he has given up quite a bit of time here. Was over a 6-second advantage, now down to just 3.6. Daniel Jensen is indeed reeling Wesley Johnson in at the front of this field. That's about 10 laps to go, so he's made up about half of the time. If he can keep this pace, he might just get him. Big question you want to ask yourself right here, if you are the driver behind the wheel of that 59 machine, how much do you push it right here? I mean, we're coming off of 4 across the stripe, 12 to go. You've got a 3.6 second advantage. You got it 3 to 4 lap cars in front of you right now. Do you really want to push the issue, push the envelope, get battling with a lap car, possibly have a bad moment, or even just slow yourself down because you're right there trying to get by these drivers? Would it maybe be wiser to step back a little bit? We'll see what the call is, and he's going to stay hard on the gas down to the inside, going to put Gage a 4th lap down here tonight. I'm pretty sure Dave's going to be ready to leave Darlington. He may have already left. Got a Waymo out there on the track. If there was a place you could hire a Waymo to race for you, it would, hands down, I'd give you this track every time. Don't hate me. I just don't like the race here. Love to go to the track. I'm just not good at Darlington. Love-hate relationship. It is what it is. Johnson, little contact with the outside wall. Going to look to the inside of the lap marker. 38 of Zach Miller going to fall the 4th lap down to join Dave Gage. Both drivers sitting outside of the top 10. Clean and green all night long here tonight from Darlington Raceway. Less than 10 laps remaining. Wesley Johnson out front with a 3.4 second advantage. 14 drivers started. Still got 12 running with only 5 remaining on the lead lap. And Nicholas Merlo is about a half a track back. We talked to him last week. And we very well may be talking to him again. We spoke to him about that we're going to lose paint scheme and that they were going to have to get it changed. And it's a bit of a pun. It's not... It's not looking like he's going to stop winning anytime soon. 7 laps to go. The charge to the front from Jensen has folded. He's just got to hold serve at this point. No real need to pass the car in front of you. Big impact with the outside wall. Sparks flying here from Darlington. There's something about racing at night. Just absolutely love it. And if you have an opportunity and a chance, Darlington Raceway, definitely one of those tracks that you'd need to have on your bucket list. You know, there's Daytona, there's Bristol, Darlington. You gotta get. Without a shadow of a doubt. You gotta get to Talladega. If you don't go to Talladega one time in your life, you are missing out on one of the best NASCAR weekends you will find. Absolutely. An amazing weekend. We can't describe a lot of what goes on down there on Talladega Boulevard, but I promise you it beats damn near any street full of bars and clubs you can think of. Absolutely phenomenal place to go. You gotta get there if you can. I mean, Darlington right there as well. Right around the corner from Myrtle Beach, so a lot of fun down here at Darlington. A lot of fun here tonight for Wesley Johnson, inheriting the race lead. Not gonna look back. The Scent's gonna cross the stripe this time around. And the 59. For the second time in 2 weeks, gonna see popsicle sticks on display here tonight. Just 2 laps remaining from Darlington Raceway, and it looks like we may have our first repeat winner of the year. From noon to night, quickest on the track, white flag flies. Final lap here tonight in the Southern Charm 115, brought to you by the American Sim Motor Racing, Hauck Designs, Arca Series, attitude back down the backstretch and into turn 3 for the final time. Wesley Johnson will walk away with yet another checkered flag performance here on a Wednesday night. Hump day in fashion indeed. Absolutely amazing job here tonight from Wesley Johnson. Great run, walking away with yet another win. He's going to give the fans on the front stretch a little bit of a smoke show with his post-race celebration. We're going to get ready to step away, get things set to go for your post-race show, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside as promised here with the post-race show live from Darlington Raceway right after the Southern Charm 115, and we're gonna jump right in to the post-race show. Let's bring right in re-emerging out of nowhere driver behind the wheel of that number 97 machine. Let's talk to the lieutenant once again. Man, long time no see. Glad to see you back. Glad to see you back on a podium.
Oh, thanks, Dave. I appreciate it.
Man, been a long time. So what's been going on, man? You just pop up and walk away with third. I don't know if you've gotten better or if they've gotten worse, or I don't. Do you know what? I shouldn't have said that. Let's strike that. That didn't. Carlos, help me, man. I'm drowning over here, bro. I'm drowning.
I mean, it's been a little over a year since the last time I even hopped on the sim. Did a 8.5-month deployment. Shooting down missiles and stuff. It's a fun time. And then I remembered. I was like, oh yeah, I'm still in the league. Let me go out with the boys at my home track because I'm from Columbia, South Carolina, an hour from Darlington. And I just love the track, to be honest. And it's once you get it, you get it. Now, I'm not the fastest at it. I just hit my lap times, take care of the tires, and bring it home.
Well, it is a home state track for myself as well, and what I get about it is I don't get it. So and that's the beauty of Darlington is there's that love hate. Either you love it like you or you hate it like me, but either way, we both recognize it's a beautiful track and a great racing experience all around. Man, so you're back. Are you going to be back next week? Is it a one and done? What's the outlook look like for you?
Every Wednesday, I will be here.
Let's get it done on Hump Day, week in and week out, man. Before we let you go tonight, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely got to thank my wife for putting up with it all the time. Can't say that enough. And thank you to all the teammates. Thanks to the league here bringing me back. No issues there. I really miss the boys. Having fun in the chat. I heard the whole radioactive idea. That would be interesting, seeing that what we were talking about today. But just thank you, Dave, for coming back. I know you're not feeling the best physically, and you came out here and showed up and showed out for us. Really appreciate it.
Well, man, it's easy to do when you got a great product to bring to people. So again, congratulations on your run tonight. We look forward to catching up with you for the rest of the season. Until then, man, stay safe and of course, keep it fast.
Oh yeah, thank you.
All right, there you go. Final words from the man back on the scene and back from a mission, but on a new one. For Carlos Ramos, gonna be back next week. We'll see how he goes tonight. Gonna walk away with the final spot on the podium, sitting in third, and that's gonna move us right along to the man that walks away second here tonight. Gonna pick up a quick word with your premier racing setup.com pole award winner. Daniel, finishing in second here tonight. A little bit of a rough go with that final pit stop. Walk us through it.
It's a heartbreaker. I threw that one away again. I think I do at Darlington every time. Just got on the brakes a little too hard and locked them up and the car wouldn't turn. So it was either hit the barrels or go around for another lap. So that's what I did. Ended up costing me 10 seconds of track time.
Yeah, it was it's I've done it multiple times, so I can't really give you too much flack about it. But at the same time, I think I would have aimed for the barrels just to get my night over with. So that's a different other story. But man, what does this do for you as far as fueling the fire being so close here? You pretty much had this thing. Pretty much had it in the bag and wrapped up. If it wasn't for the mistake, does it fuel you any to do anything here in the next week or so to maybe try to grab that win that you missed?
Yeah, I definitely don't think the best car won tonight. I think I pretty much had that locked up, but stupid mistakes will cost you every time. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this schedule. This is one of my favorite schedules we've had in the last couple seasons with some of the tracks on here. It's not typical stuff that we run all the time, so it's going to be a learning curve for a lot of people, and I'm just excited.
Yeah, Kern coming up is going to be a bit of a learning curve for a lot of drivers, I feel, but we'll see how that all transpires when we get there. But nonetheless, man, quick car, great run for 98% of the night, man. Stuff happens. It is what it is. We're going to leave it at that. But Daniel, again, congratulations with a great finish, great run here tonight, night number 3 of the season. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Just my teammates, Snake River Racing, Cody and Jake. They both had rough goes with the wall early on, so they were kind of in survival mode the whole night, but they were still in Discord cheering me on the whole time.
All right, well, my man, if that's gonna be short and sweet from you, hold up, no. We got to talk about this because I absolutely loved it last season. I know you're a busy man, but if there's something I can do to help you, I'll take myself out of the running. Which, I don't know how the heck I won that thing, but it is what it is. We won't. We got to get this gambling thing back, man. That thing.
Yeah, I used to have so much. Nice. I used to have so much free time at work, so I would sit there and use kind of AI and the old stats from old races to kind of come up with what I thought was going to happen for the night, and I just haven't had time at work. I just started a new position, so I'm kind of learning. So I'm hoping I'm going to have some free time here soon. The winter's changing. We get slow at work when the winter gets cold, and I'm going to figure out what I'm doing in my new job. So maybe I will have some time to get the Gamblers Hall back going again, because that is a good time.
Hey, even if it's all just for good fun, man, if there's anything we can do to help you out, just let us know. But wish you the best on the new job. Wish you the best for the rest of the season. Until next time, my man, stay safe. Keep it fast.
Yep. Thanks for the broadcast.
All right, there you go. Final few words from the man that walks away second here tonight, Daniel Jensen. Man, just let one slip away from him just a little bit, and it looks like we may have a little bit of time here. Let's try to grab a few words in with your race winner back in Victory Lane. Wesley, it's Dave. Man, didn't we talk about this paint scheme last week?
I know, man. It helps me out, man.
I mean, again, I'm gonna say you can't go to Victory Lane wearing a "We're Gonna Lose" shirt. You just, I mean, I don't know, but anyways, man, great run for you here tonight. Started a little bit back, I believe, back in around that 4th position here tonight. Walk us through what went through your mind when you were coming to pit road. They're behind that floor machine, and he missed pit road.
Oh, that was well, I'll start from the beginning. I really messed up my qualifying, and I didn't run quite as hard as I needed to. And then the second lap, I just creamed the wall when I decided to go. So screwed that up. The first part of that, I really burned off my right front trying to get around them guys, and Daniel caught me, and I let him go. And that, I don't know if you saw, but that first round of pit stops, I actually spun out sideways in pit road. Sent her a little bit too hard there, bud, and spun her sideways, but kind of regrouped and saw I was like, 2-3 seconds back from Daniel. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna save my tires. Final 15-20 laps of that second run that I'm going to go. He got held up by lap traffic a little bit, managed to close the gap. And then I saw we were kind of about 1.4 seconds apart from each other, and I saw he's hitting pit road, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to just send it, kind of like I did the first time. And I started slowing down and turning down, and he just kept kind of going wide, and I'm like, oh, he missed it. And then that whole final stretch, I was just like, well, I'm just gonna sit here and ride.
Yeah, it's a beautiful time when you can really, what's the word? Capitalize on the little slight mistakes. I mean, it turns into be a big one for him, but I mean, just a simple mental error. So you got to be on it week in and week out, and I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I've had mistakes like that all the time. That's so you shouldn't feel too bad about it. I kind of wished he didn't do that because I feel like we would have been really close on pit out, and been able to really race it out. So that would have been interesting to see what happened then. I'm not sure if he was faster, if I was faster, or what, but I'm not quite sure.
yeah, that the rubber band there at the end of that second run, from where it started, you really closed in the gap. As you said, it was about a 3.1, 3.2 second stop when it all kind of evened out, or difference, I should say, and you closed it down to right at that 1.5. So you were definitely reeling them in at the end. It would have been a hell of a battle to unfold and watch, but maybe we'll see it next week at the short track or in the next coming week. Still a very long season to go, but 2 wins now in your back pocket. Are you eyeballing a championship already?
I mean, that was my goal at the start of the season. Kind of got unlucky at Daytona, getting wrecked out there. But just kind of, try to keep myself out of those positions and run good. I tell you, next week is just going to be struggle bus city because I've never run a race at Kern. I ran a few practice laps, and I hate that place with a fiery passion.
Well, man, congratulations on yet another race win here tonight from Darlington Raceway. Before we let you go, shout-outs, thank yous, love yous.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my sponsor again, We're Gonna Lose. You can search him up on YouTube at We're Gonna Lose. He makes really good content. And when the new NASCAR game drops, he's going to be on there and doing a whole lot of shenanigans. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, that's about it.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on your second win in 2 weeks. We'll see how the rest of the year plays out for you. But until then, as always, stay safe. Keep it fast. All right, there you have it. Final few parting words for the man that parts the track here tonight with yet another checkered flag, walking away with the top spot in hand. Wesley Johnson back into victory lane, and that's pretty much going to do it for us here tonight from Darlington Raceway. Not a lot left to be said. Next week, Kern County Raceway going to be, man, that's going to be a crazy little night here in these Arca machines. But nonetheless, we're going to find out who's got what it takes to walk away with the top spot. Producers hitting the buttons, you know the sounds. Let's run down tonight's unofficial race results in the Southern Charm 115 for the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Arca Menard Series. Checkered flag once again belongs to the man behind the We're Gonna Lose number 59 machine, Wesley Johnson in the top spot. Daniel Jensen gonna pick up a pole position here tonight, but falls short after missing pit road entry. Jensen finishes in second. Man on a mission once again, Carlos Ramos going to reemerge on scene, and the lieutenant will finish out the podium. Nick Burlow going to come home in fourth here tonight with his Take 5 Car Quest 01 sponsored machine. Alex Wiggins back in fifth. Cody Schultz going to slide home in sixth tonight. The 63 American Legion sponsored machine of Randall Paisley back in seventh. Nicholas Wing going to walk away from Darlington in eighth tonight. Brian Tarnowski in ninth. 10th place belongs to the Daytona winner, Jake Knopfing. Zach Miller in 11th. Dave Gage back in 12th. Dalton Chalee going to leave tonight in 13th in an early exit for the rookie in his debut. Electrical issues brought an end to the night for that 95. Brandon Dennis will finish in the final spot in the field here tonight. That's going to do it for us. We're going to get ready to go. If you haven't already, remember to show these drivers some love and join us in that continued push to 4,000 subscribers. Again, drop these guys that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave of the Cave, or anybody else back at the headquarters, we appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. So with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet ya in Turn 3.